Let's imagine we are in a school. We have different teachers for different subjects. Now, each teacher needs record of their classes. So, should every teacher maintain their own copy of records? Obviously, no. That will be a lot of unnecessary extra work. Instead, the school has a central administration office that stores all students' information. So whenever a teacher needs data, they can simply ask the admin office for it. Similarly, we have services in Angular. In Angular, service works in a very similar way. So in simple terms, service acts as a central place, just like the admin office, where we can store reusable logic and data, just like we have data of students in admin office, and any component can use them whenever needed. Just like the teachers, any teacher can go to the admin office and can ask for the information when needed. Hi Minasan, I'm your teacher and my name is Ruchi Pundora. In this video, we will learn about what Angular services are, why we need them, and how to create and use a service in Angular. So I just explained what Angular services are. Let's read its definition. An Angular service is a class used to store reusable logic, data, or functionality that can be shared across multiple components, helping us to avoid code duplication and keep our application organized. So our Angular service is a class where we are writing reusable logic that can be your API call or any functionality, any method that you are using frequently in your application. So this will help us to avoid code duplication and keep our application organized. So we are not writing the same logic in every component. Instead, we are keeping our data, logic, or functionality in a central place. Now let's understand, why do we need service? Why do we need service? We need service because first, avoid code duplication. So we can avoid code duplication. Next, share data between multiple components. Since our data is now in a central place, we don't need to write it in every component. So now these components can just share data between them through the service. Next, keep components clean and organized. So now that we are not writing everything in the component, it looks more clean and organized. Next, provide a central place for data and functionality. Obviously. Now we will do an example and understand exactly why do we need service. So let's go. So as you can see, I have app component and my student component. Right now we are inside app component, and app component has a child component called my student component. So on UI you can see, hi, I am app component is coming from the app component and my student works is coming from the my student component. So let's say I have a student data that I need to display in both these components, in app component and student component as well. So if I don't use the service, what we will do? We will get the data in app component and then display it. And similarly, we can do this for my student component. We can get the data and then display it. So let's do it. See, the data of students can be coming from an API, but we don't have an API. So we will just create our own data. So we will create an array of type string. Students, and we will write name of the students, see, now I have created students record. We have 3 students, Ruchi, Alice and Hope. So now I will display this list. So I will write here students. So now on the UI, you can see we have list of students printed. And I have also added this horizontal line. So we know below this, whatever is printed is coming from the student component, and above this is the data from app component. So now we know the list of students is printed in app component. Now we need to do the same for the student component. We will go to the student components TypeScript file, and we need the same data again. So we can just copy it from the app component and paste it here, and again copy this student variable, and now we need to print this in HTML file. So if you go to the UI, you can see below this horizontal line is a data coming from student component. So you can see the same list is appearing here as well. Now what is the exact problem with this method? You can see in the student component we have the same data, and if we look in the app component we have the same data. Do we need the same data in multiple components? See, this application is very small. Instead of 2 components, what if we are talking about 10 components? Do we need the same data in 10 different places? No, we don't. So what we will do, we will create a service and get the data out from both of the components and place it in the service. So let's do it. So the command is ng for Angular, G for generate, and S for service, and now we need to write the name of the service, student list. Press enter. Now you can see in the left we have service. Now we will run our application again. So what I said before creating the service, we will get the data out. So from the student component, we will remove this data. And from the app component as well, we will remove this data. And we will save this data in the service. And we will create a method called getStudents that will send this data to the components. So when a component requires this data, the student's data, it needs to call this getStudents method, and once they call it, the service will return them the students list. So now that we have set our service, we need to go to the components and set them as well. So let's go to the app component. So first, in the app component, we need a variable where we can store the data that will be coming from the service, right? So I'll create a variable named students of type string array, and for now we will keep this empty. The data that is coming from service is a string array. So to store it, we also need a string array. So that's why the student's type is string array. Okay, so now we will create a constructor and we will inject our service. So we will create a private student service, student list service. So what we just did now, we injected this student list service in the app component and we gave it a name, student service, and now we can use the service in this component. So now what we will do, we will get the data from the service. So this dot What is the name of the service we are using? Yes, student service. What is the name of the method? Yes, get students. See, the student service is returning something, right? It's returning an array, so we need to store this. So for that, what we created this student variable. So we will store this in this students variable. So now let's summarize what we just did. We created a service where we stored our student list, right? Let's rename it to student list and copy this here as well. So let's say we have this student list in the service and we have created a get student method which return this student list. Now in the app component, we are trying to fetch the data from the service and display in on our UI. So what we did, first we created a variable where we will be storing our data. And the data coming from service is type of string array. So we have used the same here as well. Now inside the constructor, we have injected the service, student list service, and gave it a name, student service. Now this student service is helping us to call the get student method in the student service. And the service will be returning some data and that will be stored in this students variable. So now whenever this app component is called, this students variable will have the student list stored. But as you can see, UI is giving some error. Let's read it. Property students does not exist on my student component. So we have really not set up our student component yet. So that's why it's giving errors. So for now, we will just comment this line. Now you can see the app component is giving the correct data. It's printing the list of students, Ruchi, Alice, and Hope. Now we will do the same for the student component. Okay. So let's go to the TypeScript file of student component. So first we will create a variable where the data will be stored. So we will name it student list here. And its type is string array, and for now it's empty. And now we will create a constructor where we will inject our student service. Student list service. You can give any other name. I have just mentioned student list service. Now we will write the service class name, which is student list service. Now we will call this service and get the data. This dot student list service dot get students. Now we will store the data in the variable we created. So whenever this component is called, this student list service will call the get student method and will store the data inside this variable. So now we will copy this variable and via interpolation display it on the UI. So as you can see, the student component is also displaying the list of students, Ruchi, Alice, and Hope. See, the goal was same. We needed data in different or multiple components. But via service, it's much more simpler and easier to manage. And when we scale our application, it's a lot easier to manage. So this is it. See you guys later. Peace out.